Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Convos with the Cast. I'm your host, Brandon Whipple, and today I am joined by a very good friend. Um, Definitely, she's kicked my ass a couple of times, but it's cool. I'm joined with Shallon Bordeaux. How are you doing, Shallon?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. It's life. Um,
For sure.
so you've been at college for the past couple whiles.
Yep.
How the hell has that been?
Oh, it's been crazy. Oh my God. It's been absolutely fun and just everything you expect college to be. That's what it is.
Absolutely. I know exactly what you mean. I miss my university so much. I'm hoping it's not going to happen, but I'm hoping I can go back in the spring.
Yeah.
How is it in terms of like the COVID precautions and all of that?
Well, Hamlin's doing an amazing job. Like wherever we go, we wear our masks.
I guess we should all say where do you study?
Where do I study? I study at Hamlin University in St. Paul, Minnesota. They've been doing a really good job keeping everybody safe. There's only 7 students in quarantine on campus. I
Shit.
don't think we have a confirmed case yet, so you know,
Wow.
knock on wood. Yeah, we're doing really good actually.
I get a text tomorrow. So I got it. Tested positive. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
And just how has the transitional period been from high school to college?
Oh my God, it's just not to bash anybody. I'm not bashing anybody, but
Of course not.
yeah, never that. I could be so much more prepared, but
Listen, I do we want to talk shit about our high school? I mean, we can.
we could,
But
but
we don't go there anymore. I mean,
no, they don't own
oh,
us. So
this is true. I wow, I actually had a conversation about this with a friend of mine the other day, and I kind of talked about how I felt like doing. I I guess we don't really have to name the high school if they're most people who are listening should know where we went, and if you
yeah,
don't, it doesn't matter.
yeah, exactly.
I feel like our high school did not properly prepare anyone for college. It was definitely like, hey, we'll get you there, but then you're on your own, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Let's just throw you to the freaking piranhas at that point. Like,
yeah,
oh,
'cause the curriculum was definitely not all that. Um,
not at all.
like I breezed through it pretty fast, and I'm not the smartest individual. Um, and it's like it's just too easy, and it sets up too many people for failure when they get to college, because it's so like, yeah, college, that's where you're gonna go, but then they get there and they get their asses handed to them, and then they come home.
Exactly. There's no like after like there's no support that they say that they're gonna give you.
Mhm.
It's just like, yep, go off to college, you're always gonna be a Falcon, but once you get there, we're never gonna speak to you again.
Yeah, basically. And I remember I came back for Thanksgiving break because I came back for a funeral, and it was at the high school, and
Hmm.
they were like just ghosted me. I was like, wow, I've been
Yeah.
gone for not even 3 months. What is this? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot our former high school has to work on if they want, because they're trying so hard to be like a college prep school,
Hmm.
and they're really not. It's just a matter of getting you there.
Yeah, there's like 2 teachers that I know that have actually, well, a few, but that have actually reached out to me and been like, hey, how are things going?
Hmm.
Hope you're doing good. Do you need anything? Like, I kudos to them because yeah.
Yeah, like definitely isn't. Just to clarify, this isn't demonizing everyone at the school. I think it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
because there are definitely teachers there who like really give a shit,
Yeah, exactly.
but like it's like I don't know, the curriculum could be a lot better
Yeah.
though. Like, I don't know. That's my 2 cents about it.
Yeah.
Um, and that's honestly why. And again, this isn't trying to bash anyone because honestly, it's not really their fault because they weren't properly prepared. But I honestly think that's why a lot of people come home like right away.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Um, but speaking of high school, this is one of the questions I have prepared. It's kind of a quiz. Um,
Okay.
how did we meet?
How did we meet, Brandon? I want to say cross country. Yeah.
Was cross country your freshman year, my sophomore
Yep.
year.
Mm-hmm.
I was just starting. I wasn't very fast.
Oh, neither was I. I was
And
hanging in there, but
we just vibed out,
yeah.
And,
Jeez, that was so long ago. Oh my goodness.
that was
16.
2016. Ooh,
What a
wow.
time, right? Oh,
I I recently shared a photo on my Facebook of how skinny I was. Did you see that?
I seen one of myself and I was like, I looked so unhealthy and I thought I was fat back then. Like,
Literally, I was like, "Oh,
what?
I'm such a fat ass," and then now I'm like, "Wow."
I really took that for granted. What the fuck?
And it's like I used to run like, and this wasn't fast by like any standards in like
Mhm.
cross country, but I used to run like 20-minute, 21-minute 5Ks and whatnot. And at the time, I was like, "Oh, I'm so slow. I got all these other varsity guys who are like so much faster than me." But looking
Right.
back on it, it's like, holy hell!
How did
I
I
could
even run a mile under 10 minutes? Like,
honestly, I don't know. It's pretty bananas.
yeah,
Side 10, are you in your dorm right now?
I am in my dorm right now.
How are the dorms there?
Um, we have brown recluse spiders in Drew, so I just don't recommend. It's very scary. There's a lot of there's a lot of bugs in general here, and I just don't vibe with them.
Fair. Like,
Um, I don't have a roommate, so I have a lovely space to myself, which I'm very happy about.
that's good. If my roommate's listening, fuck you. Kidding, I love you. There weren't any bugs in Los Angeles. I think I saw like one spider and it was chilling outside in like a tree.
Wow. I
No
would
mosquitoes at all. Like nothing.
all
So
the
if you
shit they
get,
put in the
if you
air.
get,
Just
you get
kidding.
drunk and pass out in the the courtyard, you don't have to worry about getting bit up by mosquitoes. You just got to worry about
No.
everything else.
Yeah, just the people in general.
Yeah.
Here you have to worry about the squirrels, the bunnies.
Squirrels.
There's
But
so many squirrels here. They
are
like
they like
jump out at you if you open if you don't kick the trash can before you open it.
are they dangerous squirrels? Is that why you got to worry about them? Oh shit, my light fell over.
Possibly.
So I have my lighting set up here. All right. Oh, it's gonna collapse. Hold on. Technical difficulties. There we go. All right. Yeah, college is just a trip, But it was like I talk about it in the past tense because it honestly doesn't feel like I'm in college right now.
Yeah.
But like it was like the time of my life. I had a blast.
Yeah, I mean it is. It's so fun, but I don't even feel like I'm in college right now just because there's so much online and everything's virtual and I'm like I feel like I'm at a summer camp or something.
How has that been adjusting to the online?
Oh my god. I don't recommend. Just kidding. Um 1 out of 10. Don't recommend. Just because it's just like I have to I'm like one of those people where I have to have something in front of me, aka being at class. So I'm like I hold myself accountable. I'm like, okay, I need to go to class. So I can pay attention to the lectures and stuff. But I'm like, being in class on my laptop, if I don't have my camera on, I'm like, well, you know,
Literally, it's like, and it's like when you turn on a movie, but it's just playing in the background. You're just chilling on your phone.
that's literally how it feels. I'm like,
I think there's one class I have right now that I genuinely pay attention to just because it's actually interesting to me.
me too.
Everything else is like, whatever. I could just look at it. They're recorded. Just watch it later, I guess. But then I
That's
never do. Then I
right.
never do.
If they're recorded, then you're like, well, do I need to watch it?
I've had professors say like, "Look, I get times are crazy. If you can't make it to class, it's fine." I was like, "Oh, you should have never said that. Now
Right?
I ain't coming."
Now I don't need to show up.
Yeah. Um. So I guess now we can kind of transition into um why I started this podcast, and that's to talk about productions and projects.
Hmm.
And I think I want to save your big one for last. And I wanted to talk about I wanted to ask you what happened with your role in Decays.
What happened with my role?
Because you had a
Oh,
pretty
the
big role.
whole, huh?
You had a pretty big role
Yeah,
in
I
Decays.
did. It's very important, but that went downhill so fast.
Yeah. So I don't think we publicly have talked about this
No,
as
we
of
haven't
yet.
actually.
Um, so basically what happened was filmed for like an entire day,
Mm-hmm.
had a lot of footage, and then
It's too. It's
a couple
funny.
days later, I was editing off of a hard drive. And the hard drive said, you know what? I'm gonna jump off the bed. And it did. I didn't think anything of it. Okay, I plugged it back in, but it wasn't connecting. I was like, oh shit. So I took it to a computer place, and the guy was like, yeah, it's fucked. You're not getting anything off of this unless you pay $1,000. And I said, that's not happening. And then you had went somewhere, so we weren't able to reshoot any of your scenes, which were lost
Oh,
and
I
were
was
on the
in Sioux
hard drive.
City, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
And the only reason we were able to do not have to reshoot the other parts was because they were already at that point either already saved and completed on my computer, or I didn't erase the footage off the camera yet, off the
Mhm.
SD cards. And the only footage that was genuinely lost was literally everything we shot with you.
I know.
And the only clip that was saved was that one of you like standing up. And then there was another one that was actually saved because initially in it you knock out Bigby with the gun,
Uh-huh.
and then you have this whole part. And so like the clip when you hit me in the face is I still have it, but it just doesn't work because we weren't able to reshoot anything with you. I was like, so what the hell are we gonna do? And I was like, oh, I guess I can just shoot her, and that was it.
Yep.
So yeah, you definitely had a much bigger part. And I guess what was it like to film all those scenes and then just to have them be erased?
Oh, it was really upsetting. I was like, those are really good, and like we had such a good time filming too.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, everything worked out really good in the end, but it was a little upsetting that all of it was gone and stuff. I was like, damn. All right.
Yeah. And I liked what we ended up doing because it kind of makes the audience realize it's like, wow, this big guy, he really is kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Shot this chick out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Then he denied it. And then I think he lied and said she drew on me. He said something like that.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the audience go, huh, maybe this guy isn't all that. Um, Also, side note, I have a mug now.
I love that. I was noticing that earlier when you were taking drinks. I was like, wow, what a guy.
For those listening on Spotify or anything, this is a white mug with the Some Do Production logo on it, and it has Convos with the cast on the back.
Oh my God, I love that.
So this is sick. If you want your own, let me know because these. I think I might sell these. So anyone listening, and to you, Shallon, if you want one, let me know because they're pretty sick.
All right, bet.
Um, I think I don't know. Well, I guess I'll figure out more about this later. So let me see here. So now let's get to arguably your biggest and best role, which is the Falcon Knight.
Mhm.
And so you've been the Falcon Knight for about 3 years now.
Yep.
So, like, what's it like to play that character?
Ah, geez. I don't know. I just remember getting like the day that you asked me to like try the suit on and stuff. It's like, all right, maybe this is just this one time thing. And then after the first day or few days that we filmed with it, I was like, I really like this. I feel real powerful. My compressed
And
shirt.
you were huge. And so I've talked about this in the commentary track I did for FI, but it's 3.5 hours long, so I wouldn't expect anyone to listen to it. But basically, what happens, there's another individual cast as the Falcon Knight, and we were filming a scene in one of the FI episodes where it was a conversation between my character and the Falcon Knight. But the person who was cast was unavailable, so like, I need someone to fill in. I was like, Shallon, do you want to fill in? So yeah. Then you threw on the suit, and it was the most intimidating thing I've ever experienced in my life. Because like the person was like smaller than you, and so the suit itself was smaller.
Mhm.
So when you threw it on, you just filled it out, and you were jacked, and you were just like walking around the table. I thought I was gonna get beat up.
Oh my god, I remember that because you like legitimately looked like intimidated, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Because I was, and that's kind of the moment I knew I was like, this is the way to go. Like
Yeah,
this is it. And so then you became the Falcon Knight, and then now, 3 years later, it's I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess, what do you think that character represents, and like can represent for not just women but like for everyone?
God, jeez, I don't know.
It's a big question, right?
Yeah.
Because I think it's,
Oh.
for those who don't know, the Falcon Knight is a character kind of born out of tragedy, because she was friends with two people, and then they started getting bullied, and one of them committed suicide. So as a way to kind of avenge her fallen friend and everything, she suited up as the Falcon Knight and went out and started just doing vigilante shit. And I think one of your most powerful performances as that character was in episode 7 of FIA. And that's the one where we kind of go head to head with an enhanced assassin, and Falcon Knight gets her ass literally handed to her, but like she never stopped fighting.
Yeah.
I really liked that.
There's a lot of resilience, I guess. Like, I don't know. Dang. I totally forgot about that scene. That was
It's like,
yeah.
even like she gets like her ribs broken
Mhm.
and everything, and what it kind of takes for her to kind of stand down was that he stomped on her spine and then stabbed her.
Yeah.
And not it's so like emotional and everything, and I really like that scene a lot, especially you and Kelsey's performance. And Kelsey
Yeah.
here plays the Falcon Knight's sidekick, I guess.
Being able to just like play that character that can do that, I think is like really cool. And that's also like kind of like relating to my own life in general. Like I got shit on, but here I am still fighting and here at college.
Mhm.
It's just really cool to play that part because I know what it's like.
True. And so I guess, where would you like to see this character go and do in the future? Because I'm like, we're not done.
Yeah.
Um, and so what would you like to see this character go?
Oh Jesus. I
I'm
don't know.
bringing all the loaded questions,
I know. I'm like my mind is like, what the heck? I don't know. It's
because I
fried
think
at the moment.
that was the last time we saw her. Was No, it was the finale of FI where we revealed that she was still alive.
Yeah.
That was the last time we saw her.
Yeah.
So it's literally like anywhere. She can go anywhere
Yeah.
at this point.
I don't know. I think I don't know. Kind of want to see her make some people tear up. I want to see some really strong things go on.
Good answer. um, so what's your favorite part about playing this character?
The the learning how to actually fight and stuff. Like when we did some we were doing the
Choreography?
yeah. Why can't I freaking talk right now? when we were in the basement and your dad was like, my hands are wrapped up and all of that. That was just so fun. I was like, wow, this is an experience in itself. This isn't just for like this. It's just I know how to, hit properly. If anyone ever tries to just try me, I'll be like, bah,
Learn how to kick ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've said this on numerous occasions, but I think the Falcon Knight is probably my favorite character out of a lot of them, all of them, essentially. I don't know. Hard to say, but might get beat out by some characters in the Hayden Harvey show, but I don't know yet. Yeah, I've written for that show for quite a bit now. But as of right now, there's a character like, yep, it's them. But I think I'll have to wait and see on when that actually starts filming and everything. I don't want to say if that starts filming because it's gonna start filming. It's just a matter of when. We were actually supposed to release the first episode on October 9th. That's when the premiere was going to come out. Obviously, we haven't filmed shit because of COVID. So that's not happening. But something else with that might be coming out soon. I don't know. Might be a teaser or something. Who knows? Not me. What am I, the head of Summary Productions? What do I know?
You know nothing.
Yeah. It's just a title,
Exactly.
Everything else just happens. I don't have a say. And so I think now I got into a question, and I think it's a question a lot of people who are fans of the Falcon Knight have. Is Falcon Knight 2 ever gonna happen?
I don't know.
Because we released the teaser in January, and that teaser, like, yeah, it'll come out in 2020. 2020 is almost over. A lot has happened.
So much has happened.
I guess, are you excited to do Falcon Knight 2 eventually?
I am, actually, yeah. Just need to come home.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Unless you come to Minneapolis.
Bring the whole cast.
I mean,
I guess I made an announcement in my podcast with Jesse. I guess I can make one now. Falcon Knight 2 will not be coming out in 2020. However, it will be coming out early 2021. And don't feel pressured to respond one way or the other. Like, honestly, I get it no matter which way you respond. But I've recently finalized that script.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten the chance to read it yet?
No, I have not.
Fine. It is, and I have and I don't know if this is a bad habit, but I have a habit of saying this about all of my projects, and that is,
this is the best one yet.
Yeah. And I think it's because I'm genuinely excited about all of them, and the script for the sequel it's so immensely powerful, and there's just so much going on, and it's just intense, and it's going to be really emotional. And I guess I could also say this: it's going to deal with the PTSD that she has after the events of FIA, because she got her shit rocked. Like, she's literally been broken both physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see the repercussions of that and how she is dealing with that. And some element that we kind of teased in the teaser was that we were going to have something to do with the missing murdered Indigenous women movement, which is still happening. When we shot that teaser, the story for Falcon Knight 2 was completely different.
Very different.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I do.
and so it's changed quite a bit. But I think I like this version a lot better. So I think for those listening and those who are fans of the Falcon Knight have a lot to look forward to, because this Falcon Knight 2 is going to be insane. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It will release after both Thunderbird and Blue Phoenix 3. And so yeah, early 2021. This one is going to be, I'm just guesstimating here. I'm thinking it's going to be longer than your average episode of FIA. So maybe like half an hour or so.
Ooh.
It's going to be like a short film. Not just because I think the first Falcon Knight was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It was just
something.
Yeah, it was just the origin, and it's still cool. And
yeah.
Ooh, do you want to talk about some shit?
All right, let's hear it.
Remember when that first came out, and it got taken down from the school's YouTube page?
Oh my god, that was so dumb. It was too dark.
Yeah.
Was it that one? Yeah, it was that one.
It was too dark, and someone, I'm not gonna say who, but someone didn't like the message it gave out, when at its core it was suicide prevention.
Yeah, and I'm like, we want to have a whole week dedicated to it, but they don't want to address it when it's in a live action thing.
Yeah, and that, I don't know. It's like, hey, don't do that. But then it's like, oh, you're making a video about that? Get the fuck out of here.
Right?
Because I think I wouldn't consider this crossing a line, but I think the reason why it kind of shook a lot of people was because, unlike most stereotypical suicide prevention videos, it's not like a person is sad and they're walking around all sad, and then someone comes like, hey man, don't be sad. And like,
yeah,
dang.
exactly.
And then they don't kill themselves. Then that's a suicide prevention video. We completely went the other direction, where they did kill themselves, and then see how that affects those around them.
Yeah.
I mean, they said, no, we don't like that one bit. Take it down. Actually, don't take it down. We're not even going to tell you that it's taken down. It's down. And then our other person had to tell us, like, yeah, it's down. Like, oh, we were in the newspaper. Do you remember that?
We were.
Yeah, I think. Well, so I made a big old post on Facebook, and then I got quoted and put in the newspaper.
I remember that now.
I saw that. I was like, oh boy, I'm anticipating a call to the principal's office or something. No. And that really pissed me off. And I think it was after that's when I fully separated from this school's media department.
Oh yeah.
That's when I went, fuck that. I'm just doing this all on my own now. Because I am, and even now, I'm really not a fan of people like telling me what I can and can't make.
Yeah.
You have to follow these guidelines. Like, no, I want to do what I want to do, you know?
Yeah. Exactly.
And so, like, I worked somewhere else before I left for college, and it was very much that again. And I was like, and I'm so happy to kind of be like freelance now, because I just make whatever the hell I want. Like, Decays. Imagine me trying to get Decays in the high school media pay.
Don't show nothing. The sound is too gory. Are there weapons?
And that's another thing. So they took down the Falcon Knight video, but literally a couple months before that, we released FIA episode 6, which ends with one of the characters getting their head caved in with a baseball bat.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't like we showed half of it. We showed like the bottom half and like the legs twitch.
Yeah.
And like you hear the sound. They were cool with that.
So why wasn't it? Ugh. It's
And
real. They don't want it.
our high school just has a lot of issues, I guess,
Yeah.
like everywhere. And not I guess we could go back to that, but like also feel like another issue with our high school is that there's not enough options in terms of career choices.
It's
Like
pretty much like you can be a cop, you can go to the military.
yeah, especially at our school, it's like, hey, we got all these courses if you want to be a nurse,
Oh yeah.
and that's it. We have
Where's the other interests? Like, yeah, we have art classes. You don't go anywhere with that. I mean, some people do if they're dedicated, but there's nothing that literally can guide you to any good area.
what are you gonna do with an art degree?
Fuck, I don't know.
That's I initially started as a theater major at USC,
Mhm.
and I'm currently in the process of transferring out because I'm like, man, I'm not trying to graduate with a degree that says I can act when that's something you can do without a degree.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to like bash all of my friends who are in that, but it's like for me, it's like I don't I'm not the best actor, you know?
Yeah.
Like if I went to an audition, I would easily they'd be like, hey, fuck that guy. Get the fuck out of here. And I guess I don't think it's not a matter of a lack of confidence. I think it's just self-awareness.
Mhm.
I think I'd have a better shot in life being more director, producer, and all that shit as opposed to just being an actor and that's
Yeah.
it. But I do know a lot of people who are like so fucking talented or like this. You could totally do this. Like this is
Yeah.
like damn. Like my friends Thomas Rudin, who he's playing Hayden Harvey. He's great.
Yeah.
And my friend Alyssa Hire. Okay, so side tangent. I am 98% sure I know how to pronounce her last name, but like it's still like, fuck, am I pronouncing that right? I'm pretty sure I know.
Yeah.
But she's also in the Hayden Harvey show, and she played Azalea in the after credit scene for Decays. Like she is so talented and everything. And then so many other people at my school, they're fucking killing it. Top of the game, you know? Like
Yeah.
holy hell. And I'm just like, wow. I can get angry real good. That's basically all I did in DKs. Put on my grr face. But so yeah, going back to the high school though, it's like they really do not. There are very little options, and I had to basically fight for like my opportunities and everything. Like there were no film opportunities whatsoever.
Yeah.
And obviously we had the multimedia class, and that was something at least.
Yeah. It was an experience in itself.
Yeah, and that kind of helped with the base work, but like to build up, you have to build up from that on your own essentially. And with
Yeah.
well, I guess my point is if you want to do something outside of nursing,
You have to fight for it. Like even
yeah,
with like college prep programs, I had to go into someone's office my freshman year and be like, "Hey, I really want to do this thing. So like how can we make it happen?" So, it's just stuff like that. You weren't really offered anything until like this past year when I was getting ready to graduate. Like they were like, "Oh, how about these programs?" Stuff like that. And it's like even with like history and stuff, like with my whole anthropology thing that I wanted to do. Oh, I think I'm changing my major.
what major are you in right now, and what are you changing to?
So I was planning on majoring in anthropology, but I kind of want to be a college professor teaching Native American history.
Ooh, shit!
Yeah.
Wow, that's actually pretty sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about it in class and I was like, this would be so much like, I don't know.
No, that it's like changing majors is completely normal. I feel
Yeah, absolutely.
like you could test the waters of something, and you kind of be, maybe not. Because
Yeah.
it's like, unlike high school, this isn't like, oh, this is just that I'm not really feeling this class, but I just got to get through it. It's like this is your life. Like this is like the dictates everything.
I know.
So it's kind of more important. If you're not feeling your major, don't like, I'll wait it out. No, find something you will like.
Hmm.
Do that instead. If you're iffy about it, you're probably not in the right major,
Yeah, exactly.
because that's
That's
the rest
why,
of your life.
yeah, I was in my intro to anthro class, and I was like, this isn't suiting my fancy. So I was like, I'm still in it right now, but I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
this is what I want to do.
Yeah. And so
So
I took a fuckload of theater classes my first year. And the acting ones I really enjoyed. But the rest of them, fuck. Like I had like tech studies and theater production, all this shit. I was like, man, this ain't it.
yeah.
I don't like this shit. And then I'm taking my um intro to cinema class this semester, and that's the one class I paid attention to because I'm like, this is the shit. Like we watched Clueless last week, and fucking hate me, whatever. I never seen Clueless prior to that. Such a good movie.
It
Holy hell!
is a good movie. It's the
Like,
older one, right?
mm-hmm,
Yeah, yeah.
with Alicia Silverstone's hot ass. Whew.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's like because that's what we do. We have it. We meet once a week, and every week we watch a new movie or whatever, and we study a certain part, like editing or visual design, all this shit. And each
Yeah,
movie we watched, I'd be like, yeah, that was pretty good. Like there
yeah.
hasn't been one where I was like, oh, I don't like that. Each one was a banger. I was like, man, this class is it. Where it's like in my tech studies class, we read all these different plays, and each one I was like, man, I really don't like this. So that I don't know. This conversation's been all over the place. Um, but again, I strongly believe that our high school needs to switch things up.
They do. They genuinely do.
Um, it's just it's that literally it's too easy essentially.
Like it wasn't even like learning in high school. It was just you in at our high school, you went to school to pass the class.
Literally. And I
And I
think
think oh
there
good.
there are only like two classes that genuinely challenged me.
Yeah, it was my math class in science.
Literally mine too was um calculus and chem 2.
Oh, Chem 2. Oh my god, that kicked my ass. Oh my god.
Teacher was amazing though. Love that man.
No, love that one.
Um and I think but our high school really needs to implement more college based things.
Yeah.
Like I know they have like college English and all that, but which I took, but those credits didn't carry over to my university.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. They carried over to mine.
Oh,
So I'm like 13 credits in already.
ooh. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm at right now. It's whatever.
Yeah,
I'm anticipating since with my major change, I might be staying another year.
I probably will too, depending on how this goes.
So
I'm gonna be in school for a long time.
class of 2024, probably. I don't know.
Ooh.
We'll see. Um, but the hell was I gonna say? My mind's all over the place right now. Um, I words. Say the words, Brandon. Um, what was I talking? Talk about that, and I think there's a lot of smart kids at our high school. There's also a lot of like I don't want to let's call them not as smart.
Not or
Yeah,
whatever.
you
Yeah, we're
see,
just gonna go with that.
they're
Yeah.
not as smart.
Yeah.
And if they were given a curriculum that would be more challenging for like the smarter kids, it would fucking destroy them.
Yeah. Well, if we also had like tutors,
Yeah,
like, and it will, if the, I'm not bashing the kids either, but if the kids put more effort into school,
yeah, that's also an issue with the kids. Like There's like, I'm too cool for this. You're like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
No
only
one
should be a
cares.
public
Like,
school.
just like, honest to God, I feel like, fuck, this is the old man in me coming out. I feel like you're a lot cooler when like you actually give a shit about your education instead of just like,
No, exactly. It's
that's
like
how you
show
hang
that
out
you
with people.
care and actually want to put effort into things.
Because who the fuck wants to hang out with you if you're just this guy who doesn't care about anything and has like no motivation?
Right?
And I found myself in high school separating myself from people who were like that. So man, get the hell out of here. I don't want anything to do with you. Um, but I feel like what they could do is make kind of have two separate curriculums.
Mm-hmm.
One for like the more advanced students, one for everyone else.
Yeah.
Just so, because I know they do it because they're adhering to the not as up their students,
Mm-hmm.
not as a way not to scare them off or anything. But then by doing so, you're fucking over the smarter kids.
Yeah. Well, it's like we need to do something. They needed to do something to, like, maybe it is all we need to do is just make the curriculum harder.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what will make them actually try, or we can only hope.
Yeah. And like my sister is currently a freshman this year. And first of all, which is fucking crazy.
Time, literally, time flies. I was like, "What?
Yeah. And
Are
so
you
and
sure?"
yeah, and I fully told her, I was like, look, the curriculum's not all that. And I feel like usually I honestly God, if I was like an only child and I got out of it, I would not give a shit. Like whatever, I'm done. Fuck those other kids. But my sisters are gonna be going through that high school, and I don't want them getting fucked over like I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone send this to my principal. Actually, no, he's actually I don't know. Send this to the vice principal.
Yeah.
Never. I mean, got along with him. But there's some things we butted heads on, but so I don't care.
I don't go there anymore.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm never gonna see him again. Yeah, I honestly think our former school needs to set up
Yeah,
and step up their game.
absolutely.
There were so many like smart kids, like, and I haven't really kept up with your class, but like in my class, there were so many kids who were like they're gonna make it somewhere, and then like they went off, and then they came home, and like, kudos to them for like studying at our local university.
Yeah.
But I feel like that one's harder to move away from, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like once you study in your hometown, you're not going anywhere, you know?
Unless you're like really driven and actually like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I could not like being here online learning this semester has been and then last semester has been fucking awful. I was like, man, and it's a mix of it being online and also me being home.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, man, I just want to go over there. That was where I was living, you know? That was
Yeah.
the
I would
shit.
like, I don't mind online classes while I'm here. Like, I'm
Yeah.
here, but being back home would just,
Yeah. And um they were gonna do housing for USC
oh,
and
yeah.
like that one person. And honest to God, I was kind of in two minds about it, but I was honestly leaning more towards doing it.
Yeah.
Just feel like I could be there, being like that study zone and everything. And also like I mean obviously I had to worry about getting COVID, but I wouldn't have to worry about giving it to my family, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I could just like, oh shit, like I get tested, like, oh fuck, bro, you're positive, and they boot me into quarantine, and then that's it. I don't have to worry about, oh fuck, I'm gonna give it to my parents, my sisters, and then oh,
Yeah.
it's just me.
Yeah.
And here at home, there's a big fucking second wave coming. It's
Really.
it's hitting. I won't name. I mean, I gotta be careful about what I say. So apparently, rumors have it that there was an individual who tested positive and then went to the bar, no mask on, nothing, fully knowing he was positive.
Wow.
And I was like, man, fuck you. You are one of the dumb fucks. That is the reason why we're gonna be in this for so fucking long.
Right? No, but it's like even here, like people literally walk around and like, those idiots that wear their masks. Oh, mine's over there. But they wear it and it's like right here. It's like under their nose. I'm like, dude.
Defeats the fucking purpose.
Exactly. And I'm like, hello. And like, I'm getting to the point where I'm so over it. I say something. I'm
It's
like, you don't wear your mask like that, sir. Like,
I'm gonna start fucking throwing hands and motherfuckers.
I
Like
know.
the fishnet masks. Oh my fucking.
Fishnet masks.
Yeah, it's like the mask with like all the holes in it and shit. You haven't seen those?
No.
It's literally a fishnet mask. And we're gonna be in this fucking forever if these dumbasses don't get their shit together.
Idiot.
And my mom's very like, hey, be cool about shit, you know, like. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna voice my opinion. If something pisses me
Right?
off, I'm going to make it known that I'm pissed off. It's because like, I mean, I don't. My parents or no one that I am directly related to and or care about go to that bar regularly, which is the fact that there are a lot of people who do.
Yeah.
And you got this one motherfucker who's in there and he's positive, giving it to all of them, and they're gonna go. It's just, oh man.
You're putting so many people that probably go home. I mean, yeah, if they go to the bar in general, they're risking themselves anyways. But the ones that like go knowing they have elders at home are just, I don't know. That bothers me. I don't like.
Yeah, it's definitely could have been done better, and I guess I'll speak very vaguely about this because I don't really want to get into politics on this podcast. But I'm hopefully there'll be some change in our leadership, and
30
hopefully,
days.
yeah, and hopefully there'll be some shit will be stepped up. I honestly think it should be like, look, if you're not wearing a mask, we're hoofing your ass in jail.
Yeah.
But I'm also an extremist in that sort of shit. I also want this to be over. So I can
Right.
go back to school.
Yeah.
There's all these selfish fuckers who are like going to Starbucks. You're like, oh, I can't stay at home. I gotta go to Starbucks. I'm not gonna wear a mask. Like, man, fuck you, Karen. You
Right.
mother.
Oh my God. Well, everyone needs to go out and vote. That is what I have to say about that.
Do the mail-in ballots. There's I think someone mentioned it. It's like iwillvote.com or .gov or something. You could request your mail-in ballot, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Says,
I have to figure out that whole mess.
we need votes. Shit
No
is
vote
done.
for no vote is a vote for you know who.
Yep.
Oh, that
You
vote.
vote unless you're voting for him. then we're good, you know? So I've gone through all the questions that I wrote up for you. Do you have any questions for me pertaining to anything? Either from college, Falcon Knight, whatever.
I don't think so right now.
Because this obviously won't be your last time on the show. I'm hoping to bring you back when we get closer to Falcon Knight 2.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we could share more details about that as opposed to just, yeah, it's happening.
Hmm. Yeah.
At some point, I don't know. I guess. Oh, I have a question. I just thought off the top of my head. What has it? Because you've been there since the beginning. You were in the very first episode of FIA
Hmm.
as Agent Cameo, and I guess
Oh my.
what has it been like for you to see my filming style and everything evolve since 2017?
It's so cool, honestly. Like going from using like the school's big cameras to your phone and now to this like nice like legit camera. I'm like, wow.
I also just ordered a new camera like
Oh my
today.
God. See?
That's
We
like
had that stabilizer at one point and then
yo,
that
I so I don't know. I like I don't know because like I'm older now, and so a lot of the shit I look into buying and everything, it's like it's camera equipment.
hmm
And I just I don't know, it makes me happy. Like I have a boom mic now,
What the heck?
and I have this. I'm currently using it as lighting my face, but I have these like studio lights,
Oh, that's cool.
with color changing slides and everything.
Oh, that's dope.
And so whenever we do start filming Falcon Knight 2, it's gonna be like because last thing you filmed me was Decays.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be, and I'd say that was way different from early days FIA.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now when we start filming Falcon Knight 2, it's gonna be even more different.
Yeah.
because shit is popping. So I don't know. It's been quite the journey, I guess
Yeah.
I could say.
It's been fun though. Holy shit.
Yeah, and um, I guess I want to talk about something, but I can't talk about it, and
Mhm.
damn it, I can't even like. What's a way I could like vaguely talk about this, but I can't. Oh, I guess I could say this because I guess this was technically announced. We are doing FIA episode 9 at some point, and I am very excited to, I guess, close this chapter of my filming career
Mhm.
because episode 9 is going to be the finale for FIA essentially.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the universe itself will grow after that. Like Hayden Harvey is set in the FIA universe, and that's obviously going to keep going. And I have some other projects that are set in the FIA universe that are also going to keep growing.
Mhm.
But I'm very excited to revisit the FIA title and then
Yeah.
finally put it close
Yeah.
it off. It's
Yeah.
done. It's done what it was supposed to do. It's getting a proper ending
Yeah.
because I don't like how FIA ended episode 8. But so that's honestly the main reason we're doing 9 is just so I can
Yeah.
give it an ending I can be proud of. And that one's going to be fucking crazy. But that's a conversation for another day.
Yes, exactly.
Well, again, I have no other questions. And if you don't have any more for me, I guess we could wrap this up.
All right.
Thank you for joining me, Shallon. It's been a
Absolutely.
pleasure.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing more about your college adventures.
Yes.
And thank you all for I tried to say watching and listening at the same time. You know what I mean. If you're consuming this media, thank you. And hope to see you next week when we interview Hayden Harvey himself.
Mhm.
You guys then.